We saved over $2,300 on our Disney-filled trip to Europe, and these are our 6 money-saving hacks to save on your next Disney vacation. So, let's get started. It's no secret that Disney trips are expensive, and our Europe trip was no exception to that. However, I will give the caveat that we did plan for this Europe trip several years in advance, so we did have time to save up and acquire all of these savings that I mentioned. But today, in today's video, I'll be going over the exact money-saving hacks that we used with the exact amounts that we saved for each hack. And on top of these 6 hacks, the best way to maximize your savings and always get the most discounted rate available for any of your Disney trips is to book through a Disney travel agent, of which I am. So I am a magical vacation planner and would be happy to help you book your Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, or Adventures by Disney vacation. Just reach out to me at the email address I'll put down below and in the description as always, and I will be sure to get the best rate for you and plan your next Walt Disney vacation. And best part is it is completely free to you. So without further ado, let's get into our 6 savings hacks. Some of these methods are going to be more consistent than others, but our first method of savings that is extremely consistent is to buy discounted Disney gift cards from Sam's Club. While they have occasional specials throughout the year, especially around Black Friday, they've done discounts as low as like $450 for a $500 gift card, which is a 10% savings. The one that is currently available is $190 for a $200 gift card, and then one that we found in stores that is always available is $190, $198 for a $200 gift card. So the consistent ones are about 4 to 5% off, which is significant and it does add up. But these gift cards can be applied to the Disney Store, Disney World, Disney Cruise, Disneyland, Adventures by Disney, and Aulani. So very useful to buy these discounted gift cards. And like I said before, these savings definitely added up. So for our Europe trip, we applied the gift cards for Adventures by Disney and the Disney Cruise. And this was applied to our totals before traveling, as well as the excursions we did on board the Disney Cruise and for miscellaneous spending on board the cruise. And the total savings we had from our trip was a total of $543.65 using this method. So this method definitely works and would highly suggest getting discounted Disney gift cards from Sam's Club. The next method that has been very beneficial long term is to maximize your credit card rewards. One example of this that works fantastic for Disney vacations is the Disney Premier Visa card, which earns 5% cash back in rewards on Disney purchases, 2% in rewards at gas stations, grocery stores, and restaurants, and 1% in rewards for everything else. So these rewards can be redeemed just like a Disney gift card and everywhere that accepts a Disney gift card. And this is essentially free money since it is cash back on money that was already spent. And especially when this method is combined with the Sam's Club method in my previous example, this is a huge savings. So for example, if you buy $1,000 in Disney gift cards, this would cost about $950, $990 if you do the $190, $198. And you would get an additional $9.60 back as the Disney Visa rewards. And with our savings for this trip, we had over a year to plan everything out and save up. So over the year, we ended up with a total of $524.43 to go towards this trip. So a huge savings, especially in addition to the Sam's Club gift cards, as mentioned previously. The next savings method is a bit of a cheat and does require a little bit of extra effort in taking a Disney cruise first. But on every Disney cruise, they offer a placeholder discount that can be booked on board. And this placeholder is $250 per room and can be applied to a future cruise that sails within 2 years. And what the placeholder gets you is a whopping 10% off of a future cruise. And the best part is the $250 you paid for this placeholder gets applied directly to the deposit. So it's a discounted cruise and the $250 does not go to waste, it just goes towards your cruise. So basically a no-brainer to purchase this placeholder if you plan to go on a future Disney cruise, since the money does not go away at all. And if it gets to be 2 years after you purchase the placeholder and you do not go on a cruise, the money is just refunded back to you. So again, no loss at all. But doing this for our European cruise, we apply the placeholder purchased on a previous sailing and end up saving $546 off our cruise total, which was again huge, especially when you combine this savings with the 2 savings mentioned previously. Now the last 3 methods we have here are using apps available in the App Store or Google Play Store, and these we found extremely beneficial, the last of which was so useful for international travel. I will give the caveat that these apps, we are not sponsored by this at all. These are exactly the apps that we used. So without further ado, let's get right into our apps. So the first app we used is Upside. Now, this is an app to earn cash back from gas stations and convenience stores and restaurants, but most of our use with this app has been through gas stations. And essentially, you go into the app before you fill up at the gas station, find the station you're filling up at, and click on it, and you get some savings. So the savings can vary, but on average can earn around 11 cents per gallon, as shown here in some gas stations near Walt Disney World. And when you want to cash out, you can cash out to various gift cards, PayPal, directly to your bank account. Prior to our Europe trip, we were able to earn $55.83 in cash back just from filling up at our gas stations normally. And if you want to try Upside for yourself, you can use my referral code at the bottom of the screen, and this will give you an additional $10 for your first time using the app. Similarly, our second app is another cashback app called Ibata. And Ibata is used mostly for grocery stores, but it has expanded recently to several online retailers as well. In grocery stores, you can earn cash back for buying certain things listed in the app and then scanning your receipt. But the real savings here we found was through Sam's Club online. So here it says up to 1% cash back. However, this changes constantly and has gone up to 5% cash back on occasion. So combining this cash back through Ibata, plus the discounted Disney gift cards through Sam's Club, plus the Disney Visa rewards you're spending on Sam's Club, this is a massive savings. So just a little extra work, but I will say that the Sam's Club cashback has not been super consistent and it has not worked for me for a few months now. But prior to Europe, it worked tremendously. We were consistently getting like $10 or $11 cash back each time we bought Disney gift cards through Sam's Club, through Ibata. And similarly to Upside, Ibata can also be cashed out to several different gift card options or directly into your bank account. And leading up to our trip, we were able to cash out a total whopping $495.62 from Ibata. And if you want to try Ibata for yourself, again, you can use the referral code listed at the bottom of the screen right here. And this will earn you an additional $5 when you submit your first receipt. And finally, the third app and our last savings method we used was Wise. Wise is essentially a currency exchange in your pocket that does charge a small conversion fee, but otherwise uses the actual real-time exchange rates available, not the inflated rates you'll see at the airports or in the currency exchanges near very touristy areas. For a one-time fee of $9, you can obtain a Wise debit card, which is a Visa card, so it's accepted most places. And otherwise, you can do all of your loading and exchanging through the app right onto the card. And whenever the card is swiped, it charges to the local currency, so you can have multiple different accounts with multiple different currencies at one time, all on your same card that you can see each account through the app. And we actually used this account as the bank account we would direct deposit from Ibata and Upside right into our Wise account to make it super easy, and then had basically a free conversion to euros from US dollars. So for our Europe trip, we found the Wise card to be extremely beneficial when it came to Disneyland Paris, because in Disneyland Paris, for booking it online ahead of time, they charge an additional about $200 more to pay using US dollars than it was for us to convert from US dollars to euros and pay with euros. So we paid in euros, saved about $200 that way, and just kind of added to our savings. And one thing I will note too is you can also use your debit card at any ATM and get some cash back while you are traveling as well. So very beneficial, highly recommend Wise, and we've only used it for this one trip, but it has been a lifesaver. So highly, highly, highly recommend using Wise. All in all, we saved a grand total of $2,365.53 using all 6 of these methods, and this can be applied to most every Disney trip, both domestic and international, which is just insane to think about. I know moving forward, we're definitely going to use a lot of these methods for future Disney trips, again, both domestic and international, hint, hint. But yeah, so hopefully you found at least one of these methods to be useful for you. Let us know in the comments down below which one you are most excited to use for your next Disney vacation. And that will do it for us today. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.